Cybernation Uncensored.
Hello, everybody. I'm Diamond Dust. Welcome back to Cybernation Uncensored. I am currently waiting on my tea and my toast to finish up, but of course, today we've got Ockraven with us. Chat, don't worry, I can still see you even though this isn't filling up. This is normally for when I'm working. Hello, Jack. Hello, Sasha. Hello. Oh.
Hello.
There was a Jack.
Yeah. Jim was also in, but he dropped almost immediately as well.
Oh.
Okay. Maybe some Discord issues.
Discord having issues? No, it's always a 100% reliable program. What are you on about?
Completely.
It is always working. But
It's
anyway.
not like it's named after like a thing meaning chaos or anything. No.
No, not at all. But hello, everybody. Today we're going to be doing, discussing, we're going to be discussing upcoming characters. Hello, Jim. Hello.
Hi, Jim. Welcome back.
Hello.
Thank you.
Welcome. Alright. Hopefully my tea will be done soon. And then we'll really get things up and going. But the plan for today is, we'll talk some of our characters, like what are some of the concepts that we want to cover, and like where we want to go from here with. Let's see. I'm gonna open up Eddies and Elf line. We're gonna just use Eddies and Elf lines, and we'll I'll just rename the group for the upcoming season. But
sounds good. Yeah.
Why remake when you can just simply
Reuse.
Yeah.
It also makes things really easy because you have all those maps still in Roll20. You don't have to re-upload them or reset up those scenes or characters.
Plus, I already made the character in Eddie's and Outplanes anyway, so...
Yeah. So, yeah, we'll be, discussing a little bit of, like, where they sit in the world, how you guys want to, breathe some character into your life. Breathe some life into your characters.
Life into character.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if my tea is ready. But yeah, so we are live. We're hot mic'd, and I will go grab me my drink. So I don't give you guys the 1,000-yard stare. I'm gonna turn my model around just for a moment. So yeah,
we get to see your cable go crazy instead.
Yeah. All right, I'll be back.
And to take us out, here's the musical playings of Sting. And to take us out, what does that mean to take us out? What is it?
Can mean many things.
Yeah, let's blow this joint!
Fuck it, we'll do it live.
That skincare routine is definitely working for you, Ock. You're looking much younger.
Oh, thank you. I try.
Yeah, I kind of did something earlier this week.
Oh?
I hadn't had a haircut since
Ooh.
summer 2022. My first haircut in forever. Went to this really neat, interesting barber shop where, like, a whiles away from the house. So,
Okay.
yeah, it's all like rocked out, styled like
You're looking very dapper, are you?
Oh, thank you. Even
I
my beard.
can't see because you've not got your camera on, but...
Oh! Oh, I sound very dapper. Yes, yes,
Yeah.
of course. Yes, yes, indeed. Yes, yes. I just flipped my hair around for nothing. This is what I did.
Here I come. All right, folks. How are we all doing? What have I missed out on?
You missed out on me
Haircut.
realizing I didn't have my camera on. I got a haircut.
Nice.
Oka's been traded in for a younger and cuter model.
To be fair, I mean, she's got that natural talent.
All right. Oh fuck. Why? I'm floating all weird. All right. There we go. Hello, everybody. I've got my tea. I've got my toast, and we've got our sheets pulled up. But yeah, things have been. So something that we've learned though with the world so far is that, like, yeah, there was an explosion. It was a very notable explosion. But the most that it's impacted the party is basically the Glen is not going to be as accessible for a little bit due to the fact that, you know, some people just felt they needed to express themselves in a certain kind of way.
It's a normal everyday reaction to, you know, events that transpire.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's normal for anybody nowadays.
Yeah, they put one of us in the grave. We blow up one of their buildings.
Yeah.
It's not about saving the
Hanging on in
city.
quiet desperation is hanging on in quiet desperation truly is the English way.
It's about saving yourself.
Alright.
Yeah. The idea of Cyberpunk is never to save the world, it's to save you.
Yeah. Alright, so yeah, currently, we got on our reactors. We got a Sasha, we got Ak, we got Jim. Alright. Well, let me create a new folder, and we'll get all of you guys put in there. I don't know what to name this group yet. I still don't.
The dark side of celebrity.
All right.
What? A couple of us are performers so far. There's no one else has really like jumped into a career in that sort of thing. And I am still debating. Go ahead.
Okay, my character is basically going to be setting up a nest for the little Jays.
Yeah. To clarify, chat, for who the Little Jays are. The Little Jays are a Yo gang that were in my setting before Generation Red came around. I didn't bring them up too much because I wasn't sure like how I wanted to integrate them in, so to speak. Okay, no worries, Jack. We'll see you around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
basically just a casual thing just now, so.
Alright, so we're gonna add Magpie there, and I need to see, do we have anybody else in the group? Alright, well, I suppose in that case then, let me get some character sheets here. Alright, so we got Buddy.
And I've been also kind of thinking about Buddy. Maybe not like Buddy Holly, but maybe like one of those old-timey singing cowboys from like the old like movies in the 30s and 40s. But I can't yodel, so yeah. But I might actually just stick with Buddy because having to come out in a sequined suit of like battle armor, like a nudie suit, I don't think anybody would get it.
Okay, but also like the thought of like that thought of like the weaponized instrument, I really like that. I do.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just a sheath for the guitar. And yeah, I mean it's unique and interesting. I would also think that, you know, I could use it as a blunt weapon.
I heard a
There's
blunt,
been a lot
and I'm like, huh?
Oh yeah, like he could use. Like the thought of it came up when I watched Honor Among Thieves when it first came out. Chris Pine's character, the Bard, he didn't have any like actual melee weapons. He just had his loot. So it looked like the loot at the base, at the bottom of it, was reinforced. So I thought, maybe, if it doesn't require swords, I can just hit somebody with a guitar.
Well,
the El Kabam.
Oh my goodness! I remember seeing that on Boomerang. Hopefully, that doesn't make any of you two feel too old.
Yeah. Well, I'm not gonna carbon date myself right now.
All right. Ak, by the way, what's the name? What name do you have for your character?
I have a net running name at the moment, and that's /.
Okay.
Yep.
So, let's see. Just a literal /, right?
Oh, you could put that, or you could actually type out /.
I'll just put / in parentheses.
Yeah. My plan was actually to type out /, but it could be that total arrogant netrunner thing of like name, just a little line there, like the fuck is this?
I want to be memorable. Literally uses one little icon as their netrunner name. Username not strong enough.
I'm happy you like that too. Here. There we go.
But, so working our way around the table so far, we've also got Daiquiri, one word, like Madonna. Oh my gosh. One word. Well, that's 2 words.
I think mine would be, we have Buddy Holly at home.
Buddy Holly at home.
Okay, but for all we know, Buddy Holly at home probably might know how to party. Not just one of those good boy rock stars, but
Hey, I'm like Will Smith with clean raps. It's okay.
Oh my goodness. Inspector Gadget quote. So let's see. Looking at this then, So let's see. I'm thinking that guitar then, like if you're gonna use that guitar, how did Danger Gal handle or actually no, I think Tales of the Red is the one that did it, but maybe they have it also for the Digital Divas, which, I am so glad for Danger Gal Dossier. It's not just characters, but also okay, what if we have this item in question?
Mm-hmm.
And how do we want to apply this? Or what if we have this concept in question? And to all my GMs out there, even if you don't pull actual characters from the book, this book really, really does help with setting the stage for other characters' ideas. Hell, we even now have stats for a German Shepherd that happens to just be good at finding bombs and guns. And we also have we also have
ammunition that criticals twice.
Oh my gosh. The tech upgraded expansive ammo. Oh.
Yep.
Oh, that stuff.
That opens the world of things, but I'm just caveating your point. I'm sorry.
No, it's totally fine. I had to read that a couple times, actually. And, I saw that. I was like, wait a minute. Hold on. And I went and I showed this to my buddy Emeron. And he was just like, well, what are Diamond, what are you on about? And I'm just like, look! And
Look at it.
look at it!
Do you not realize what this means?
Like, you
Mother of God.
like, looking at it, sure as shit, the fucking ammunition, if you roll a crit at all with expansive ammunition that's been tech upgraded, you just do 2 different critical injuries, and it's just like, holy shit.
Good lord. So normal expansive is if you get the foreign object, you get another one as well.
Yes.
But this just does 2 standard. Good lord.
Tech upgraded AP ammo. Instead of ablating by 2, it ablates by 3.
Oh, so it's like mini flechettes.
So you could tech upgrade the flechettes.
Oh no.
Mm-hmm.
A blade for 5 each time. Good god.
I don't know if you can see the big shit-eating grin that's coming across my face.
You're welcome. We appreciate that.
Mother of God.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, also one of the other tech upgrades that I have that happen in my world is to make like heavier armor a little more viable that techs can pick up and run with. My tech upgrade is you can cut the armor penalty in half with the tech upgrade.
Okay, so -2 goes to -1, -4 goes to -2.
Yeah,
Nice.
because it makes it would make Flak and Metal Gear a little more accessible for some people.
Yeah. Because at the moment, there's not really any reason to use the heavier armor unless you just want to stand there and be a meat tank.
So I have a question for you then about the heavy armor regarding that.
Oh, I thought it was about the meat tank.
What's up?
So, like, you can get a tech upgraded to reduce the minus. Completely agree with you. What if they also then got it, like, custom made to more better fit their body? Okay, most things are made kind of like that general one-size-fits-all. They could be tightened down or loosened up a little bit. But what if they actually paid the extra money to get it more tailor-made to them so it fits more comfortably and is less restrictive?
So about
Would you allow anything like that?
There's
That's
actually
basically what tech upgrade would be, wouldn't it?
there's a thing that I had discovered, and I had talked about it with some of the other creators out there of like, how do we get from point A to point B? For anybody that has Danger Gal dossier, just take a moment to just go have a look at Big Top, and he's got a tech upgraded Militech tactical umbrella with a smart link.
Okay, interesting.
So the thing is that umbrella now, that is a rate of fire 2 umbrella instead of just rate of fire 1. And also, it has a smart link capability. That thing had to be invented.
Uh-huh.
So if you wanted to do something like that, where you wanted to make yourself a really special set of like Metal Gear or Flak that you could like get all the way down to maybe a -1 penalty or a minus yeah, I'd say you'd probably get it down to a -1 penalty tops. What you'd have to do is you'd have to reinvent the armor with the upgrade in it, and then it would be ready for another upgrade. So you can cut the SP in half again, or cut the penalty in half.
Penalty, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you could get a -4 down to a -1. Good lord. If you were attacked yourself, basically.
Yeah, SmartLink is a weapon attachment, but the Militech umbrella doesn't come with any attachment slots originally, so you'd have to upgrade it with the
weapon slot.
SmartLink. But then you have to turn that rate of fire 1 weapon into a rate of fire 2 weapon somehow.
Mm-hmm.
So that is where we're at with that, with how that works. Like, techs have unlimited possibilities in this.
You are only limited by your imagination
and the GM's discretion.
Yeah.
Well, the Militech Tactical Umbrella Gaster is also a gun. It's an umbrella. It's a melee weapon, but it's also a gun.
It shoots bullets.
So if you want to reenact your fantasy of being the Penguin from Batman, your tactical umbrella is the umbrella for you.
Yeah. Okay, so it holds 2 bullets. Okay. Alright. I thought it was a single shot.
Well, it is a single shot, but it holds 2 bullets.
Well, like, it holds 1 bullet, and then you'll have to put another bullet in.
Oh. No.
Alright. So it is rate of fire 2. Alright. So, let's see.
Well, no, it's rate of fire 1, it just holds 2 bullets.
No, looking at it, yeah, it is, rate of fire 2, ain't it?
Oh, it is? Okay. I always thought it was rate of fire 1.
Same here. Well, yeah, but, yeah, it's just, with it being an umbrella, it's just like,
Mm-hmm.
So, other than that, with that guitar, Jim.
Yeah.
I am looking for some options right now. I might need. It looks like I might need to go to Tales of the Red, because Digital Divas apparently does not use their instruments as weapons, despite them being a very rowdy bunch of musicians. So I will have to go to One Red Night, which is a story in Tales of the Red, which involves a music group, Protocon. Let me find what they have for the musicians in there. And I will get you an answer. Let's see. Appendix A. Let's... No. I need to go here. Alright. Alright, so this person has exotic quality light melee weapons in their shoes. Interesting.
Who throws
okay.
a shoe? Honestly.
Hispanics.
What?
I
would say,
I was quoting Austin Powers there.
well, I was also going to say,
a lot. What's up?
I was going to say, other people that throw shoes include, people sitting in a briefing with W. Bush.
Look, I've thrown my flip flop before at someone. Just like don't mess with me. But it looks like swinging the guitar around would probably be a heavy melee weapon.
Makes sense.
The sword, would we want to make that what do you think with that sword then for Buddy?
So heavy melee weapons are what, rate of fire 2?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they could be used as tandem. So yeah, I would say it's probably a heavy weapon. I mean, it's a typical sword, so it's not like he built a model katana. If anything, he and his mentor probably forged his own sword. So kind of like his thing. Literally, it's his thing.
Mm-hmm.
It does say it has examples of swords. So yeah.
There's a fucking claymore in here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about the explosive either.
Yeah, I know.
No. There's also like helicopter blades too.
Diamond, you're talking to a Scottish girl. I know what a claymore is.
Well, yeah, I was just looking at Tales of the Red, and they specify claymore for one of these characters. It's like, okay, all right, okay, all right. So with that in mind, what do we need for backslash? Do you have any questions in regards to that, Ockraven? Like, what you might be looking for with that?
I mean, I have some. I'm just not 100% sure the best way to ask maybe a couple of them yet. I ultimately with the character, I would like, I want to make a good net runner, and he's probably going to be a techie as well. I kind of want to facilitate the group and help out along those angles. I think it'd be a fun character. Now, I'm the person who probably played the least characters here. I can think of other things that are probably work well with some of the character group ideas. But I mean, everyone really seems okay with this, so that's kind of why I want to stick with it. I'm not sure as a character backstory though. Is there any particular maybe backstory settings or ideas for a netrunner you want to explore in your world? I could make him a standard person off the street, or as exotic as an escapee from the High Riders, trying to get away from some of the messed up stuff going on in the low orbital colonies.
What? Nothing happens up there.
Everything's fine. There's no special breeding programs or limited resources and airspace and controlled no, nothing.
Yeah, absolutely
Nothing
not.
of the sword.
What are you talking
nothing
about?
to say.
What are you, high? Well, if you were like in a high rider, then yeah, you've probably been higher than all of us.
I don't know. I don't think anyone's gonna be able to beat Team Shanghai with how high they got.
Oh well, we're talking like
elevation,
not chemically induced.
Maybe
that also sounds like a challenge, though. That
Yeah,
It does sound like a challenge.
So, something that so the Netrunner tech, that is like for the character Diamond, she was like Netrunner 7 and ended up Netrunner 7 Tech 4. A lot of her points went into her roles over most other things. Of course, she had a few ranks in auto fire, a few ranks in handgun to keep people at bay with her SMG, but outside that, nothing too crazy. But it is totally up to you, maybe what kind of background we're looking at. High Riders, I imagine
as I said, I'm not sure if there's any story angle you might want to explore as a DM that you have any ideas for. I'm generally kind of open. I just know to keep weight in my story, I want to make sure I'm indebted to Magpie for helping me get at least set up and kind of out of the little J's, so I can actually be a net runner. As I said early in the character idea, hell yeah, you want to be a fixer? I will be your net runner. I will assist you becoming that that awesome person.
Awesome.
What kind of schooling? What kind of schooling did Backslash have? Have you done that on the life path yet?
No, not yet. I was still putting in the last bit of my initial stat points, calculating that out. before I started rolling all that up. But you have that in Roll20. I can just utilize it all now.
Yep. Because like with the little J's, like what Sasha has with Magpie, the little J's are basically kids that run from home, trying to get away from basically trying to get away from home, trying to get out of bad situations, or else maybe they're Militech brats that want to get off base. Is that the right word for for military kids? Brats?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
That's usually how they refer to themselves, as military brats.
But yeah, you got
True.
Militech brats, you got maybe middle class well, there is no middle class, or
Yeah, you're or you're like in the gutter, essentially.
oh goodness. Well, one of my parties, speaking of brats there, Jack, the way you're referring to that, a couple of my parties have recently met like a cult poser gang that I produced in response to the whole trend of Barbie. Like, I saw that, like, I could take, oh goodness, I peeked out my mic. Oh goodness.
But she's such a cutie, though.
Let me.
Ah.
I think I fixed whatever issue is wrong with my mic, so I can turn my fucking gain down.
Oh, that's good.
All right, let's see if that works. Yep, there we go. But yeah, it's just the thought of like, we'll make you beautiful and unique. Just look like the rest of us.
Yep. And if you don't, you get rejected.
Womp
Yeah.
womp.
I mean, yeah, they'll still find use for the rejects after getting sent out.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I have them right now, like, set up, like, over in Kabuki. But I'm thinking, like, if anything, with backslash, then, let's see, looks like port mega structure for a childhood environment. Okay.
Hmm.
That's definitely a possibility that maybe you just wanted to get out of the mega buildings.
Mm-hmm.
And then with Magpie, she's getting set up over there in Haywood, or like right on the border of Haywood and Santo Domingo, basically right where northern and southern Haywood meet. She's getting that there's like a place for her to set up there. Oh, you have corporate managers.
Family background. So yeah,
no wonder you wanted to get away from them.
Using the random roll table. Yeah, I am a corporate. I am a corporal runaway.
So you guys were living in the mega structure, but you're living in the nice, bigger houses on top of the mega structure, is what you're saying.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes your parents would hire servants.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty. You had a mix of private and corporate education.
Yeah,
Well-
see where the smirk.
If you know a thing or two about net running, maybe you're a Ziggurat kid, or maybe a Netwatch kid. Or did you have like another corp in mind by chance?
depends on the nature of your world. I know Zetatech used to be the premier net running. They made the best net running tech, but that was before the time of Red.
I mean, Zetatech's still around. They're still working on picking themselves up, but they're competing with the likes of Ziggurat at the moment.
And they branched into different markets. When you look at some of their vehicles and various other things, they've diversified their industry.
Or this awesome idea that Jim had of the Z box.
Oh yeah, Zetatech was they're gonna put out the Z box. Yeah, and then they'll put out the Z box X and the Z box S. They had the Z box 1, but it always had to be online. So the guy who was running the Z box program told him, "Hey, we got one that you don't need online. It's called the Z box 360."
Z box portable.
Yeah.
Don't you mean the Z-Box 720?
Oh yeah, the Z-Box.
The Z-Deck.
We got the Z-Deck. Yeah. It plugs in on top. It just works.
It just works. But yeah, Zetatech would be around.
Zetatech? Netwatch? Yeah. Dealer's choice?
It's oh yeah. Ooh. Netwatch would be interesting because, you know, here you are, a netrunner, trying to avoid the watchful eye of your parents.
Running for Netwatch.
Working for Net.
But the insider knowledge you would have. Yeah, Netwatch. I mean, you know, you have to understand a certain amount of mythology, you know, the how they operate, where they might do certain things. It could be as I said, like dealer's choice. Whatever you're comfortable with, I will happily run with.
Ooh, these are two tough choices here. The Z pyramid. Oh my gosh. Well, I mean, I think that's just what a ziggurat is, like IRL. It's just a pyramid.
No, it's the Z cuboid. There you go.
The Z plus mobile.
But I'm thinking, you know,
what you guys don't have agents? What?
Actually, with that family crisis, your family was otherwise driven or exiled. So, you know how there was that job gone wrong with Netwatch during the last game.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps your family was involved in that situation. Derek ended up having to pick up the case and run with it because your family fumbled this one up, so they had to get picked up and they ended up having to leave Netwatch, and who knows where they're at. Maybe they got headhunted and brought in with Ziggurat or Zetatech at that point.
Literally headhunted?
Oh goodness. Oh, the possibilities.
Yep.
No, actually, that would make sense. You know, they got removed from Zetatech, and then they came over to Netwatch, and you weren't having it.
Yeah, that could work.
How does that sound?
I'm like that. Let me write that in my notes.
Neutral Netwatch? But is Netwatch really neutral, guys? Like, are they?
No, they are not.
No, they're a corp just like any other.
Well,
I think NetSec would probably be neutral, but Netwatch very much has a very much a goal and a mindset between the creation of the Black Wall and then all the stuff they're trying to pull from the OData Next to use for themselves. I think they very much have their own directive and goals in mind.
Alright. Well, my thought was, like, since Netwatch got... Netwatch became international, didn't it? So...
I believe so.
Well, of course, Gaster, there is neutral parties in Cyberpunk. It's Fixers. because, you know,
Yep.
at the end of the day, it's money. Well, some of them do have their own agendas, like Magpie. Or like if you look at 2077, you got, you know, El Capitan with his great big agenda of, you know, trying for being, you know, a little street fixer.
Oh,
Or
I thought
little
it was the
people.
haircut. Didn't he have?
Oh
didn't he have that
gosh.
shitty haircut.
Yeah, the mullet plus the bullet. It's like a bowl cut and a mullet got together and had a really ugly baby.
Child.
Oh yeah. There
Yeah.
he is.
It's just like it's a bullet. That's what it looks like.
And he's also got a fanny pack too. When you're looking at his entry on
Yeah.
Wiki.
I am not a fan of El Capitan personally. He just plays it too fast and loose.
Oh, he did kind of give me my. What card did he give me? He gave me.
Ooh,
like,
high fashion. Ooh.
Oh, he
Woo!
gave me that
Expensive.
shot. Never mind.
I don't know if I'm gonna keep that. I might roll
Yeah,
again.
that's gonna be fucking expensive.
I mean, for just being out on the street, I'd imagine it'd be like generic chic or something,
Yeah.
Not the right thing.
or leisure wear.
Maybe you have like one high fashion piece that you smuggled out of your parents' place, but
It's the one
Ah.
suit jacket he always styles up to get like into different styles. Like Marge with that pink Chanel outfit.
I'm gonna go with leisure wear, but has a secret love for high fashion.
Okay. That makes
The-
sense. It's
the
almost
hollow
like
clothes, yeah.
it's like when we had to go get tequila fixed on Saturday. Yeah, that
hollow-
said it. He had like
Oh god.
he had sweatpants from borrowed from Brandy and it said juicy on the ass. So, yeah, we made sure we stopped at like a J Mart and got like an entire wardrobe redone.
Yeah. Day market.
Or like that
The
friend.
night market. Whoa.
Go to the friend's house. They got this little tiny closet of clothes, and there's a closet next to it that's just stacked full of shoes. Like, you have a shoe problem. No, I don't.
Look, they defined it as a fetish. It's not a problem.
Oh my god.
good lord.
I anymore
These are the
nowadays I wear
jokes
like one or two
get
pairs
now.
of shoes. My moccasins around the house and my boots outside. But yeah, probably for you. I'm trying to think where the hell like Netwatch's office would be in Night City. Actually, would that be like the Glen, like where all the other government buildings are?
Well, let me ask you a question. Would
What's
they
up?
actually have an office people know about?
You know, upon thinking about that, yeah, like with how secretive they are, that I guess that does make sense. That would make sense.
Again, there's a lot of underground complexes that once existed in Night City. I mean, there's the entire underground complex in Little Italy, where the Italians grow food and meat and various other things. But I would imagine almost a certain aspect it'd be in a very questionable place and not advertised, or that like, oh, that building's a front for soft serve ice cream. Nobody wants soft serve, or soft serve cotton candy. Nobody wants that. Really, it's a front for a Netwatch building.
Ooh.
Custom shoe leather bubble gum. Who the fuck would go there? No one. That's why.
Yep.
I don't know. Like, have you ever seen, but like, have you ever come across something in your setting? It's like, oh yeah, that's definitely a front for something. Like,
Yes.
like your streetwise would tell you, yeah, that's definitely not a thing.
I went to San Diego in America, and for my buddy's graduation from the Marine Corps, and being an Italian American, I wanted to go to Little Italy and get some authentic Dago food, which was absolutely amazing. Flippy's Pizza Grotto, mwah, big meatballs the size of softballs. like little Italian deli in the front with that classic Godfather like candlelit red interior, underground restaurant. It was great. Leave the place. Across the street is literally a flower shop, and out of the flower shop come two, I'm not kidding, goons. Nice suits, no ties, and then the guy with the overcoat jacket, the pocket chief, the fancy fucking, bow tie, with the cane, smelling like 100%. Was just like, this is no
stereotypical kind of
yeah. This is so over the top. It's not even funny. And at the same point in time, like looking at the guys, it's like this isn't an act. This is an ploy. We're literally in mafioso neighborhood. Whatever that building is over there, it's a front.
Oh boy!
We need to leave now.
I mean, there's a Chinese place in Glasgow that's basically a front for the Chinese secret police.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna take my tinfoil hat off there for a moment. It may not. It may be true. It may not be true. I'm not sure one way or another. But let me see. Chat. Wait, there you are.
I mean, everyone knows about the Chinese place in Glasgow. It's like the worst kept secret in the world.
Oh. Well, you know how it is with me and and news. I'm usually the last one to get it. All right, but I suppose we could probably. I can figure out where the hell Netwatch is. Like Zeta Tech, I have Zeta Tech currently in Haywood right now down there with Zerafa. There's a lot of corporations that start with Z. There's a lot more out there that start with Z than I expected. Yeah, Zerafa, Zeta Tech, Ziggurat. Anything else that starts with Z that I need to know about? The zoo from Biotechnica.
Zareth? What's the name of that? This is not going to look up that.
Yeah, I'm putting in some Sandevistan. Try not to mess yourself.
Are you just built different?
A little. Just a little. Well, I've been kind of thinking about this. He has a rival that wants to take him out. That was some old media bigwig kind of person.
Okay.
So I kind of thought about it as probably the goofiest thing in the world, but making it sort of like the Highlander.
There can be only one.
Yeah, there can only be one sword swinging guitarist in Night City. And there's probably dozens of them all over the place.
Yep.
Literally dozens of us.
I'm a unique individual.
Just like everybody else.
Come play with us.
We were told not to say that at where we're getting a job interview for something. Don't say, whenever someone asks you, what do you bring to this organization? Don't say, well, I'm unique, just like everyone else, because it's kind of a cop-out.
Yeah.
The other answer they don't like is a handgun.
Oh, well, yeah.
Hold on a minute. Wait a minute.
What you... Wording. Wordplay's fun.
Yeah.
Fun is required.
That's not how that works.
Oh,
Fun
gosh.
is mandatory.
One of my employers wants to start having mandatory fun. We have to go our team has to go out and do something together, but my team and I were all a bunch of stressed out college students. We'll go find a time to go drink or something, or I don't know. It's no, you need to go out and you're gonna have to do something while you're sober. It's just I can't stand these people while sober. What makes you think I'll do that while having fun?
Mandatory fun had its moments when I was in. They would they would pool some money up, and they would be like, all right, you guys can go out here and go do this or go do that. Just be back by the end of the day. And then
Jeepers.
that was nice, but we had to go back to work the next day. And
Yeah.
don't even get me started on what happens when people pick a terrible solution to things.
Oh, I assume Hair of the Dog is.
Yeah,
what
when no, I mean something else. Yeah, probably not the place for it. But, yeah,
No.
yeah. No, it is what it is.
It is
How
what
is it?
it is.
Well,
The-
it looks like Jeepers.
Just made this
Backslash.
chat
What?
awkward.
No, I'm looking at backslash. It's just like enemy type, estranged relative. Well, okay, it's like okay, well we have that loss of a lover, friend, or relative. Like, what? What happened?
Could be when he ran away that the parents split up, maybe, and either the mother or the father was not too happy about it.
I have some ideas, but I'm gonna let you rattle around with that. Hey, whoa, child, hold on. Too much chaos.
Chaos
My-
is a ladder.
My chaos gremlins are gonna come out as soon as that word. That's like, we're okay. I'm surprised someone didn't immediately just type in chaos question mark right after, but Magpie. What we got going on with you? Like, what we got going for some backstory with Magpie? Like on like the life path.
Pretty sure I came up with stuff, but I've forgotten it. So let me just look over the life path, and I'll try and refresh myself.
Right. Relative. Yeah. Maybe part of the corporate deal with the entire family was supposed to come over because of NetWatch program, initiative, scheme, etc. But since I went AWOL, and basically ran away, this caused numerous problems for the family. It's the reason why I have estranged family members headhunting me or trying to come after me. Could be an interesting angle.
Alright, here we
Okay.
go. So,
What we got?
so
Sasha.
Magpie's parents were corporate technicians and were basically always on call, so never really had any time for her. So she basically just ran on the street with the little J's. Until one day, they just never came back. So I don't know which corporation they worked for, but they were basically disappeared by the corp.
Disappeared by the corp. I'm trying to think what kind of what corpse would just do.
Biotechnica, maybe?
As much as I like to fuck with Biotechnica personally, just because medicine should not be that expensive. Oh dear. Or don't make medicine that kills people and put it on the shelves despite
With
full
no
knowing.
warnings. Yeah.
No, it's just like what happens in the short music vid
Yeah,
from Cyberpunk.
I mean, they knew about it, but they didn't warn the public. Is
Yep.
the main thing.
Do no harm, but
But profit.
No, Biotechnica doesn't run Trauma Team. Trauma Team is its own entity. They just have to use medicine that probably also comes from Biotechnica as well.
Yep.
Honestly, of like all the corps, I think probably Trauma Team is probably the better of most of the corps, but that's not by much. What else?
Could even be like a workplace accident that they were basically killed in. Basically, Magpie doesn't know what happened to them, but she assumes they were disappeared by the corp.
Where was Magpie growing up in? Was she like growing up in the Watson development before she fled from home, or where is she at?
If that's where the little Jays were, then yeah, that'll probably be where.
Jays were in South Night City. I didn't know if like she
Okay.
started running with the Jays after she left home. But...
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
well,
wait.
she
there's
basically ran
commuter
with the
trains.
Jays before her parents disappeared.
You can get on a train and commute. Because I want to say Petrochem.
Ooh.
If you want workplace accidents, you know,
Yeah.
there's no better place for, you know, taking care of your corporations, don't mind the little people, than Texas. You know, we don't worry about those workplace regulations. Those are just suggestions. You know,
I know they're only just suggested, but still.
Petrochem sounds good, yeah.
Because, you know, I've never really introduced Petrochem into, like, I don't really do a lot with Petrochem in my setting, because, of course, we got Savoil, but that's because there is a, well, mobster slash fixer. She's got levels in exec, but also levels of fixer. She's got her fingers, like, in almost every office over there. Well, not every office in Savoil, but, like, if some people in Savoil need shit done, they go to her on the street if it needs to stay off the books.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, we got Continental Brands. I'm not a fan of Continental Brands. You know, people have a right to food. Let's see. We've done a little bit with N54, especially because, you know, Team Exotic decided, hey, let's absolutely crash this terrible spoof of the Bachelorette, you know, the main line. Yeah, that's... What other thoughts do we have for... I think a workplace accident in Petrochem would probably work out just nicely enough.
Yeah.
So, is there anywhere Trauma Team won't drop into regardless of your plan?
Outside of Night City?
If you're, well, I memean, if it's Trauma Team North America, like, as long as you have a card and you're in North America.
Yeah.
You just make sure that if, you know, you go somewhere else, you transfer your plan to that city properly.
I would think if you wouldn't have enough data connection for them to be able to, for the signal to go out and, you know, actually, you know, be received, would probably be the limit of.
Yeah.
That might be a possibility. I cared to think it, like their ability to call in Trauma Team was like an independent GPS. Now, given you're probably gonna have to pay
that's
a little
way to do it.
Given, you know, it's just like, hey, if I have to go out into the Badlands to scoop your ass up and bring you back to Night City, you're gonna be getting charged an extra, you know, $1,000 for transport services. But, you know, hey, at least you're back in one piece.
Yep.
They'll go anywhere as long as you got the eddies.
Mm-hmm.
That's.
Yep.
So, yeah. So Magpie then would have ran to South Night City with where she would have been staying with Jay, and then she got old enough that who doesn't like being scooped up? I don't know.
Me want uppies?
Oh my gosh.
Of course, it has to be mischief.
Oh gosh, mischief keeps. Yep. I had to think for a moment. I was like, wait, what about my? No. We're talking about the Netrunner. Okay. So yeah, Magpie would have met Jay, and then you would have gotten old enough, so you would have, to a point that you got sent out to go start up another nest. So you and a few of the other Jays take off for Haywood. And that's where we're at the moment.
Yep. She probably, like, as soon as the parents disappeared, she was like kicked out of the corporate apartment and be like, "Yep, you have no business being here anymore. GTFO."
Hey, yeah.
You
So
just pack all
about
your
that
stuff
rent.
and get the hell out.
Like, she's like, "I'm 12,"
Do you have rent?
or however old she is at the time. Like, no.
Well, that's just the way the world works. So, bye. Good luck out there.
That sounds exactly how it would go.
And then we have Backslash, who let's see, you know, that would line up pretty good. Like if you guys left Zeta Tech to go to Haywood, or which wasn't Haywood, to go to Netwatch, that would make sense for Backslash to come off the get onto the street, yeah, and probably at some point run into Magpie then down the road in Haywood. In the many bustling, tight, winding streets. But where is Buddy from, by the way? Like, where in the fucking world is Buddy from? Or
Buddy is from the original place that was the birthplace of Buddy Holly. The only reason why I know this is because I had to do research for a Fallout game I was running about Texas. He lived in Lubbock.
oh, really?
And I know, yeah, and Texas is supposed to be what, its own independent thing.
The Free Republic of Texas.
Yes. His go through this. I didn't really roll these, but I just kind of put them together, which makes
That's
more
totally
sense to
fine.
me. He is kind of cheerful and happy about everything. He values friendship the most. He loves people.
Okay.
His most valued person was his mentor, master guitarist and swordsman, Joey Hendrix Musashi.
Oh, okay.
So,
Love that. I love that.
Lord.
yeah. His parents were corporation techs in Texas. Try saying corp techs in Texas 3 times fast. It gets a little annoying. Anyway, there was some sort of hereditary feud. So the family kind of split all ways. He grew up in a corp building, and he wants to be famous and gain recognition for being the greatest guitarist and swordsman in Night City. He was a part of a band called the Atomic Crickets, and then they were all killed in an accident. And the person who's gunning for him is an older media star who's threatened by my rising fame. And that person is Eric Sasaki Corbin, because why not just add famous Japanese swordsman to like an anglicized name? Why not? He is the guitarist for the Sex Cannons, an all-around jerk and pretty good swordsman, just not good as anything. He got jelly after I beat him in a duel. He can throw a small corporation, which is basically his own music studio and publisher, at me. And what would happen if we meet is we're going to duel like the Highlander, and if I take his head, then I get his power. Not literally, but it's not, you know, not what it is. And yeah, no tragic love affairs, his reputation doesn't really have any friends.
So
Pretty much it's almost like...
new to Night City, basically.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Oh no.
Oh boy.
I was also thinking about it, like, could I also use the guitar as a shield? But then I'm like, but then I lose a weapon, and if it breaks, I'd have to fix it. So yeah. So I guess his affectation would be his slick back, maybe pompadour hair,
Okay.
and he dresses in a bohemian style of like a gray suit, tie, skirt, slacks, and functional boots. I would probably say after training and whatever else, he walked all the way to Night City. So he wouldn't have the tactical umbrella, but an umbrella would make sense from the heat and everything else. So I might as well put that umbrella in there too.
Probably hitchhiked occasionally with some of the nomads.
Yeah, you know, there was that one traumatic evening he got picked up by
Raffins.
Big Bessie, and you know, they dropped him off at like some little bar, and she made this weird face and said, "Tell him Big Betsy sent you." It's not large Mars. We can't use that. So yeah. Tell him large Mars sent you.
Fucking.
Yeah.
All right.
And he is a master of karate and friendship, so in case anybody gets weirded out by that. Hi y'all, how you doing? And I don't think I could really sing. Not enough for, you know, us to get a YouTube strike. So yeah. I might just play like a note on a guitar and be like, alright, that's my song.
So I'm just trying to think like what kind of bars would you, like bars and plays would you be playing at?
Well, he does actually play at like dive bars or well-known clubs. And there's a place I had in the setting for the game I haven't been able to run because time has just been rough for everybody this past few months. It was like a Japanese bozuku bar. I'm mangling all the Japanese, I know, I'm sorry folks. And that's typically like a Japanese biker bar. And it has a stage you can play music on, and it's like a bar / nightclub. Then the other half of it is also like a movie theater and like to-go orders for like noodles or sushi or whatever else. It's not good, but it's there, and it was called like Burst City 45. So I think Buddy would probably be a regular there. I know it's something I made, but it doesn't mean it's like I get an extra special force field or some dumb shit.
Oh yeah.
Just saying, oh yeah, I play there all the time.
Well, you know, come to think of it, you know, Sasha, if I don't know, like what your thoughts are on it, but it sounds like he would be a pretty good fit for like Screaming Eagle over in New Westbrook.
You might try and recruit him.
I ain't part of being in no gangs, man.
Oh well,
All
I mean, it's not a
play
gang.
my guitar. Woo.
Inagata Devita, the drums. Oh my gosh, that like I've only ever heard the radio edit until recently, Ak, and it's just like the song goes on way too long. Your guitar.
Well, yeah. I think it was supposed to be in the Garden of Eden, and they got so hammered they couldn't pronounce it right, so it was Inagata Devita, and they just kept it.
Yep. And there's a massive, like, I think 7-minute drum solo in the middle where basically everyone else in the band stops playing and gets even more hammered and then goes back to playing. That's the reason why there's a radio edit of that. Because you don't hear them doing it, but it's just this drum beat for like, that goes on entirely too long of drum solo.
Look, if your rocker boy group ain't doing shit like that, are you guys really a rocker boy group?
I'm really sorry that song lasted 40 minutes, but we got into a real big thing.
No, we are not endorsing drugs, guys. This is a role-playing game. Don't.
Yeah.
Just clarifying.
Remember, drink responsibly, and if it's legal wherever you might be, or
Just
if you use, be
illegal.
responsibly.
don't drink and drive. You may hit the curbs, but you don't want to do that.
Yeah, don't drink and drive. Don't smoke and fly. Anything like that. Just don't.
Don't smoke and fly. I feel like that's a very specific reference, and something happened recently that I missed out on.
No, there's a poster, quote unquote motivational poster out there saying don't drink and drive, smoke and fly, and it's like just for like weed.
Enjoy the superpowers. All right. Well, another thought I was having was like in regards to Thornton. Your guys' Rage and Cajun sensation. And I was working on trying to get the Night City Fight League pulled together, and yeah, some of it's all coming together. I'm even throwing Animal in the mix, by the way. Yeah.
Oh god.
She I'm throwing her in the mix.
Oh god.
I mean,
Oh dear God.
she's basically on billboards across little Europe for the gym that she trains at.
She is like as big as, if not bigger than Wood Chipper.
About the same size as Wood Chipper.
Oh yeah, you dialed back her linear frame, didn't you?
Yeah, I had to dial that shit back if I was gonna bring her back. What do you mean? Ah, shit, here we go again. I mean,
Look, I made my peace with figuring out how to deal with really, really big women, alright?
I mean,
Tequila doesn't dig that no more. I mean, he values Lydia as a friend,
I mean, you're not playing
says, hey,
Tequila
let's
anymore.
throw down, then
You're
yeah,
playing
I don't
someone
play
else
Tequila
now.
in this anymore. So
So you can get another shot with Big Muscle Mommy if you want.
no,
mean,
Animal's a lesbian.
Animal won't be interested, but yeah.
Have you though,
Maybe.
Taco? Wow. What is the NCW, by the way, Jack? Or
It's another one of the wrestling federations.
oh, okay. Oh yeah, Night City Wrestling. Yep. Definitely not N54's scripted wrestling show that happens, every Friday night or like every Friday night and Monday night.
should we build other wrestlers for our Rage and Occasion sensation to wrestle against?
I've been working on a few, but if you guys have some wrestler ideas, I'm more than open to it. Maybe they're different groups. Like I have a med tech in mind that they got a few performance enhancers just ready to go, just in case something happens. Nah, of course now. Wrestling is real.
I would think something goofy that would be along the lines of professional wrestling way back when in the 80s. I
Honestly,
mean, maybe we could see a physical version of, again, what Gasser said, Bone Breaker, Breaker of Bones.
Yeah, of course. Bone Breaker, Breaker of Bones is going to be there. That will be a must. I take it Bone Breaker is like an audience favorite and a party favorite of people that you come across.
I'm also thinking maybe like a small like lithe woman, but she does a lot of leg work. So she's like a kickboxer, but also like grapples with her thighs and stuff.
3 midgets stacked on top of each other. Oh, we can't say midget. 3 little people stacked on top of each other.
Well, little people, you mean the people on the street?
No, I mean little people as in
Diminutive instead.
little people.
If you go back out there, you're just gonna be little people.
For what?
You know, when I had seen Blade Runner and I heard that, I was just like, oh, that's what you guys are talking about. Because every time I heard little people, I was thinking of like the I hope I'm not crazy. I'm talking about like, you know, the was it Fisher Price that made those little people?
Little, yeah, little, yeah, Fisher Price little people. You know, not Weebles.
Oh,
Weebles
Thornton's
will
manager
fall
is
down.
Miss Betty Haven. Oh boy. But yeah, Thornton is with N54, so you know the Raging Cajun sensation is over in. Actually, that's where I have like Little Orleans is over there in New Westbrook. Which you know, it's not on the water sadly because Little Orleans, you know, couldn't get out to the water. It got cut off partially by Upper Marina, but oh well. Good. Let's see. Instead of Mankind, you'll have Chromekind the wrestler. Oh boy. You know, actually, I might need to grab some names from chat as well. All right. So,
I had an idea for one named the French Tickler.
No, what?
The French Tickler. There was an episode of Harvey Birdman way back when. It was like a court case because Apache Chief got burned by a cup of hot coffee on his lap. So they deal with the whole court case. At the end, Apache Chief starts this new super group of super friends called the Multicultural Pals. And they're just all big giant caricatures of people, and one of them is this big green guy with like a it looks like a jester's hat, but not, and they called him the French Tickler. They got put it in our chat somewhere.
You did. Well, I mean, there's a lot of, I think, ideas you could pull from. You could go like shock rock, like Kiss or Guar style of characters. More of that, like all painted up, like Sting from wrestling is a good example. Kind of, you know, some interesting characters. Or you could pull from like crazy superhero style characters as well for inspiration. I think there's a lot of excellent source material to pull from here and pay homage or knockoff, so to speak.
I played a game of Pathfinder. I was in Korea, and basically the character's background was he was just a simple dad just trying to get his kids back from a divorce. It was like the plot of Over the Top, but no trucks, and I ended up turning into Captain America. So yeah, you could so totally use that as a background. I'm just a dad who wants to get his kids back.
Oh, misbehave. Oh, okay. All right, I see it. All right, Miss Betty. All right. I was trying to figure out like misbehaving, but where's the B? And like, oh wait, Betty Haven. Yep, behave it. Guys, I promise I'm on top of it. I promise I am. But
you're on top, are you? Oh well.
Shut.
Bulk Vanderhuge.
Bulk Vanderhuge.
Yeah, we're digging into MST3K territory now, Diamond.
But yeah, chat, do we have like any other wrestler names by chance? Because I gathered a few wrestler names. I put them over in chat at some point. Let me see if I can find it here.
Fist Rockbone.
What?
Fist Rockbone or Punch Rock Groin.
Oh gosh.
Roll Fizzle Beef. Bob Johnson. Wait, no, that's not.
Instead of the Widowmaker.
Where did I put that list of people at? Did I put it
Tungsten
in
Terror
Jack's
helping
chat?
Gaster out with that. Tungsten Terror.
Tungsten Terror? Oh boy.
The Bronze Adonis.
I must be going crazy. I'm confident I'm crazy. I was crazy once.
Million Eddie strong. Like $1 million strong, but not.
Let's see. Where is? I'm trying to think where the hell I even put this. Okay, well I'd have to figure out where that is, but we heard Tungsten Terror? Question mark.
Yeah.
The Bronze Adon.
Militech Mike is a pretty good one too.
I'm gonna start typing these up and just throwing them in Discord for you. What
Yeah,
chat's going out there.
I've got a sticky note pulled up there. Let's see, the Tungsten Terror. But like some of these people that are probably in the Night City Fighting League, like Thornton, are sponsored by Corps. So like, you know, if WNS has someone, N54 is going to expect Thornton to, well, have to do the deed maybe, and you know, take WNS out.
It's almost like that sketch from the Whitest Kids You Know when they're trying to figure out what strip club to go to, and they just come up with the craziest names.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to
find
find
that one.
I'm gonna have to find that list because I had like a whole, but I don't know. I think I was I was like having that 2 a.m. delirium going on. I was like, hey, I got some name ideas. And, you know, we'll just, you know, make a nice, you know, D20 table for me to roll on just to decide, you know, who does, you know, who does Thornton have to fight? Oh, boomerang. Oh, gosh, more boomerangs. Oh, boy. Actually, speaking of weapons, / weapons of choice. Or is Akka away at the moment?
I'm here.
Oh. What is weapons of choice by chance?
I wasn't really thinking on making maybe a melee character. Okay. I've got my stats I think locked in at the moment, so I will be good at, like, I have decent dex and reflexes. I'm gonna have a good tech and a good intellect. Plus I want to pick up techie and stuff later. I wanted to not do the typical meta of, you know, melee strong linear frame. I really wanted to play more with, like I said initially, like a paintball gun with acid bolts.
Oh goodness.
Or, you know, if we get far enough in the campaign, the character survives, you know, even making, you know, tech ammo, just ways to destroy people's armor quicker, so some of the more frontline heavy or heavier hitter characters have an easier chance to do their job. I'm not thinking a heavy weapons expert. I'm not really planning auto fire if I need to.
And yeah, that's totally fine.
So that's kind of the angle I'm thinking. I haven't, like, other than your the one gun under your homebrew stuff we were talking about because of the rate of fire and the biotech stuff. I wasn't. Yeah, well, things like that. Probably shoulder arms, pistols.
Yeah, speaking of heavy weapons, hey Magpie.
Yep.
Yeah. I imagine.
I mean,
have you been having a look?
It's mainly to use her arm, but if she does manage to get the tech upgrade for the arm to get the quick change mount, she will be going into using actual heavy weapons.
Little bitty Yoganger turned adult with just
Yep. Like grenade launcher or rocket launcher.
going over to wood chippers, taking your pick.
Yep. Just like eyes light up as soon as she sees the big guns.
Yeah.
And Woodchip was like, "Little girl, can you even lift those things?"
Yes.
Well, I mean, you let's see. I think there's only like a few weapons that use the heavy weapon skill that I don't think you'd be able to handle unless you were borged up, which I mean, you don't have to be borged up to do that. And I think you even just get a linear frame to pick up some of these other weapons. Like, just get one to put on when you need it. Because, like, we got, for heavy weapons in regards... Oh, gosh. Some of these weapons are going to be the same size as Magpie. You realize that, right?
Yep.
Because we have the Tektronika BMG, Tektronika Russia BMG 500. Uses the heavy weapon skill when fired in single shot. So what, does it use auto fire then, just for auto?
Yeah.
Okay. But you must be body 11 to pick that thing up and carry it around. And then, of course, we have our classic 4 Borg weapons that are they have a run of here. But once you get those options, once you're strong enough to lift those up, because the Borg weapons all require body 11, chat. For those of you guys who might be wondering if you guys are ever wondering what I mean by like Borg, I am referring to anybody who has a linear frame in them.
Isn't there the rail rifle or like railgun that requires body 11 unless you set it up?
Yep, the Rhine. It's like the
Rheinmetall.
The Rheinmetall railgun. Yes.
Yeah, I might get her one of those. And just have her like set it up. Since she doesn't like getting into the thick of things.
Yeah, Nick, it wouldn't surprise me with like some of the shit that Becca's able to do if she might have even a linear frame Sigma inside of her. Or else she's got
she's at least got
muscle
the
grafts
arms from it.
Yeah, or at least
those,
muscle grafts.
Those arms are fucking huge.
I just thought those were like maybe like just battle gloves or something.
No, they're definitely like recoil dampeners and stuff. At least.
Yeah,
they're her actual hands. They're not gloves.
But we have, of course, like we have the constitutional arms, Hurricane assault weapon, rate of fire 2 shotgun, one of my favorites, just because of like the amount of assured damage that you can do with that thing. And like you can either do shotgun slugs or actually, I have never seen anyone do like shotgun shells in the Constitution arms Hurricane. That thing would be fucking scary to, if you guys go into like a scavenger hunt. Probably just, shoot through walls and, well, not so much like just shoot through walls, but just crowds of scavengers would just turn into mincemeat pretty quickly, because like that would be like what tops 18 damage.
Yeah.
I imagine like most scavs only would have 20 hit points stops for hit points.
Yeah, so Magpie's go-to weapon is her Redline Blitzkrieg Arc Thrower Cyberarm.
Yeah. And, down the road, you could probably pick up things that would, be able to work alongside it.
Either
Let's
get the
see.
quick. Oh no, wait, we can't get the quick change mount. That's right. I'd need to get the multi-arm thing. I keep forgetting that it needs to have slots before you can add slots.
Well, what could be done is, you save up enough money to go see a tech, and you
And
could,
have them invent one.
yeah, they take your rad line, custom make it to have that. Because, all right, Gaster, have a good day, buddy.
Take it easy.
Bye,
See ya.
Gaster.
Never gonna type in this chat again after saying goodbye, Gaster, and accidentally calling him something else.
What?
He's Gaster's like one of my very dear friends, and one of these days I'm gonna have to get Gaster into a game at some point. He's got some great ideas, like for an executive, but one of these days. But a thought that I was having in regards to that arm, because that was something that I know that we had a little bit of a discussion about at one point. And Jim and Ak, if you guys have any input, I greatly appreciate it. Like, would maybe like saving up the money to get an arm invented and remade, like, would that be out of the question? Like,
I mean, if it's needed, I guess it wouldn't be out of the question.
it's just like the pricing, though. It's like, how would that work?
A fuck ton? It's
Because
trying to build like a new type of arm.
Well, it's an existing arm. We're just looking to basically rebuild it with a slot.
Because when I was looking at the pricing for the rad line, that's just the thing that raises an eyebrow for me is it's 1,000 eds. Like, would it have to go up to the 5,000 ed step? Like, would it? And if so, what would all be in it? And just that way, it made it worth its while.
Moved up to 5,000. We better be giving you an air freshener for that too.
An air freshener. Wow, you think I can afford to hand those out?
Actually, I had a better idea.
What's up?
Would we be able to invent it with like a hand that can be moved aside in order to be able to fire it?
So I had an
Rather than
idea
get the quick
for.
change mount.
I had an idea for what a pop out ranged weapon or grenade launcher would look like, and I saw it was an upgrade. I think it was the movie. It was dude gets paralyzed from the neck down, and like the not too distant future gets a microchip put in his neck, and then he lets whatever's programmed in the microchip.
Oh yeah, like let's the AI take over his body. Yeah.
Yeah, there was like there was a guy in there who had like a shotgun in his arm, and I was thinking maybe you would do like a Vulcan salute, and the barrel would just come out in the center of your hand, and you'd fire it that way or at the base of your hand.
That could work for like maybe getting like inventing it.
Yeah, you would see like you've got typical pop-up ranged weapons, so it's like a shotgun barrel and like something that fires. Okay.
They just wouldn't know that it's the taser shotgun.
Yeah.
Well, according to Jack, the Blitz is old tech, so it should be able to invent a streamlined version. Which, I mean,
if the Blitz, how old is the Blitz?
everything
It's
in the
from
12
2020,
days
I
of
think.
Cybermyths was made in the 2020s. So,
Okay, so
go ahead.
the original version of it, people probably made cheaper, better knockoffs of it, so the price would drop. But I mean, that would be like the standardized thing. If you're wanting something exotic and different, one of a kind, I could reasonably say that the price would be raised. So
Yeah. Well, I'm just thinking like with the price categories. I mean, if it's just for like a quick change mount, I guess it wouldn't raise the price that much. I mean, how much is the quick change mount?
100.
It's like 500. Is it only 100?
Well, I guess I wouldn't see why we'd need to raise it up to 1,000 eds then. Because like you would still have to take the humanity loss for another arm that you put on.
Yeah.
If you decide to get like another standard arm, if you get a medical grade arm, you wouldn't take the humanity loss.
I'd probably just get a medical grade arm. But I need to get a medical grade with a quick change mount, so I'd still take the humanity loss for the quick change mount for that.
Yeah. So, like your preferred arm is your rad line, but and like that's your arm in particular, but you also have this other arm that you put on if you need to use other weaponry that requires 2 hands.
Yep.
I mean, yeah, that's a possibility.
Or, I mean, if the setting the arm up to have a hand is an option, that would be my preferred option.
I mean, I guess
Just
we could do that, like,
out, but
like maybe your hand is like set like on the inside of the arm, so it's like you got like a buckler. Like it's like like how like a buckler sits. Like maybe the rad line sits on your arm. Like your hand sits on the inside of the arm. Mm-hmm. Like,
or it could be like the Iron Man repulsor blast or whatever. Basically, just the blast in the palm of the hand.
That would be a really big fucking hand. You'd have like a Yowie hand going on.
I could have a Rebecca hand.
Those were her brothers anyway.
Oh goodness.
No, they weren't. Her brothers were the gold-plated ones that she originally offered to David.
Yeah, because like I'm looking at the Blitzkrieg thrower, like Blitzkrieg arc thrower, and that's like a really big repulsor. Well, actually, seeing how
I mean, it's from like 20 years ago, so
it
could have been made smaller. Yeah.
So maybe that's the case. You have this big chunky one for now, and maybe you go
to attack and see if they can make
something better.
Yeah.
I mean, Wingnut is around, and that's like one of her expertise is cybertech.
Mm-hmm.
So you do have
maybe even introduce me to Chop Shop to get it installed.
Means you have to go back to the combat zone.
Yeah.
Do we have like any other thoughts coming into this game, like for tech that you guys are looking for? Because I mean, that sword, if it can be hidden in the guitar, you got a nice concealed weapon right there, buddy.
Yep.
I don't. And the inspiration for Buddy is from Six String Samurai, but I don't think like it's not like completely in the guitar, I guess. Yeah, I guess it would be sheathed right near the neck.
Okay.
So I don't think it would be really concealable because you could see like the sword and the sheath going into the guitar. So if you were to walk around with it on his back, you probably couldn't see it. But if he had it upright and he was playing, you might see it too. But I guess if they're not perceptive enough, it could be a hidden weapon.
So it would take like conceal, reveal, or a perception check to notice that, like, hey, there's something in there.
Yeah, and it's not like it's not like he's cruising to like slice people up right away yet. So it makes sense. I was thinking more like for to do to tequila later on. But we'll say that for the other game. I don't know if there's any cyberware or stuff I need to really improve on. Really.
All right. So,
Well, that I can think of.
Raven.
I have a question.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I typed it in chat because I didn't want to interrupt. Is there any special like science skills I might need to be concerned about, like special science meta skill, or is there any specific tech skills I should be, keep in mind of when trying to do things with like Maker Netrunner down the road? Like I am going to start a Netrunner, but I do want to, I do want to take up techie so I can modify and create things.
Is there any like specific field of tech that you'd really be looking into? Because I've got some ideas for Netrunner and all, but like just some thoughts with like your tech side. What are you thinking?
So these are all curiosity questions I'm asking.
Yeah.
Just trying to get it feel out because I mean, Maker's supposed to only work with TED skills, and a lot of net running stuff isn't really tech, so it's kind of that it's a gray area of not sure what I need. Be able to do things like either custom decks or gear, making custom gear or modifying my gear, whether it be my decks or hardware, is something I'm considering. Which I'm probably thinking, cyber tech, basic tech to at least cover part of my bases there. If I try to do things later like to help the group out, I imagine I'll need weapons tech and stuff, sure. But for net running, it's like decks, hardware. If I try to do anything programs, I don't think I don't think a maker can modify programs. But maybe they could, and I'm not looking at that the right way. Okay.
I've modified a few programs. I've modified a few pieces of hardware. So like Black Ice programs, you could modify them to only take one slot in the cyber deck, or depending on what you like to propose, like maybe a DV gets much more difficult, or perhaps you want to upgrade like one of its stats on its on the Black Ice, or upgrade the specific program like a booster or a defender.
So,
go ahead.
Based off what you suggest there, just those are all excellent ideas and I love them. What skills though would you require to do that?
I usually looking at it, I would suggest electronics. That's like under like electronics and security tech. Basic tech is always a good one to have as a netrunner, just to do like the basic repairs, not only on your suit, but also on your cyber deck. Cyber tech, I guess it's not like a terrible idea, especially if you decide to get like a integrated cyber deck, so that way you can protect yourself there. Meta is a science I would recommend for netrunners, because fun fact, if you want like a +1 bonus to like certain checks that oh gosh, my tracking broke. There we go. If you want like a +1 bonus to a check, if you want to take the time to roll a different check before doing whatever you're working on, like let's say you come up on a password, you fail the roll, you could maybe take some time to roll a meta check to see, okay, how is this written, what kind of code is it using, and then you can roll again with a +1 bonus to try to bypass the electronic security tech mentioned cyber decks. Okay, all right. Thank you, Gangthor. Thank you. But I guess computer science is not a bad one either. Well, I guess that that would probably fall under library search if you're using it to find information via computer.
Would cryptography be something you allow to utilize for helping with like password checks in that situation?
Yes. That's what I use with passwords. Also, is cryptography. Trying to think what other.
Yes, I would like to be able to either make my own programs or upgrade programs. Same thing with like cyber deck stuff, net running deck stuff, even maybe making my own custom deck at some point, from the ground up with like cool processors and things like that. But ultimately it's, going to be what you're comfortable with, because I want to work with you in a lot of these ideas.
Yeah. As someone who's played a netrunner tech, what I primarily used my tech ranks for was fabrication, to make more programs in case my other programs got fragged. Upgrade and field expertise, I really didn't do. I had a couple points of invention to make a couple pieces of hardware, but that was about it. You've used cryptography for ID? Yes, I did. I did use cryptography for ID. I did. It's cryptography is really good for doing like understanding of how code is written. Meta is much more dealing with something pointless and random. I don't know what to tell you there. I'll just refund you the points.
Yeah, we can't really do anything pointless and random when we're not playing a game.
Would meta be a ×2 skill?
No.
Okay. Would any of these hypothetical?
None of the sciences would be ×2. Yeah, actually, I think Vulpes has meta as a let me check with Vulpes and see what he's got, and then I'll touch base with you in regards to that.
Okay.
Alright.
Ah.
Oh gosh, your request queue is like so full.
Yeah, basically just scroll right to the end, because for some reason the requests don't autocomplete. It's done.
Let's see, something pointless and random.
Oh, that's a terrible idea.
Well,
I guess with all the recent things, just been finding out because of the books of like things that the maker has upgraded in unique ways. I guess part of my brain posed the question: could you tech upgrade the Netrunner drug that gives extra net running access?
You can upgrade 6 gun. If it's an item in the book, you could probably upgrade it unless it says you cannot upgrade it.
Okay, because the curiosity question is what it comes down to. Obviously, how did they tech upgrade Smash to be less addictive? I don't want to know. I want to know skill checks and how they did it. Okay, and
basic tech. I think. Let me check Hornet's Pharmacy. I think Hornet's Pharmacy talks about this.
It was just a thought I had. It wasn't something to look at. But the curiosity thing behind it was, how did they do this? Because could you upgrade 6 gun? Because typically you cannot get the humanity back from 6 gun. That is permanent humanity loss. Was the official ruling in one of the conversations about it from the mayor of Balancetown. Now each DM is allowed to run their table how they see fit, and I don't understand why. Like, I could see why, yes, you would use 6 gun in a bad situation.
That's very much an oh shit button.
Correct, but at the same point in time, why would you use this? Now, if you could tech upgrade it, to be like, yes, you can get the humanity back, but only from extreme humanity cases. Okay, or make it so like, what ways could you tech upgrade it, and what would a DM allow to do? It was just my random thought of the day. I'm sorry.
No, it's totally fine. For me, my personal call with 6-gun, it would be like one of the thoughts is to reduce its DV from 17, which 17 is an awfully high DV. Same with Prime Time and same with Berserk. And like a lot of the drugs in Hornet's Pharmacy are DV 17 addictions. Like, holy shit! Like synth coke and blue glass, I don't even think are that strong. Let's see. Black lace is DV 17. Blue glass is DV 15. Boost is DV 17. Synth coke is DV 15. And Smash is DV 15. Like, Smash is DV 15. I thought it was like DV 13.
I thought it was 17. I thought it was 17.
Yeah, I'm looking at page 229 here in the book, and yeah, it says DV 15. Like, whoo, whoo. I thought it would have been just like DV 13. But
I think Piranha Smash is DV 13.
DV 9.
DV 9. Okay.
Yeah, I'd say 6-gun. You could probably turn it from DV 17 into, well, like if they took
15.
If they took Smash down by 2 steps, like from DV 15 to DV 9, you could probably take 6-gun from DV 17 to DV 13 as a possibility.
Makes me think of the interesting things you can do with it.
I'm trying to think what else could you possibly increase with 6-gun. I guess your speed would go from 2 to 3 maybe instead if you'd want to do that. Or you could increase it from like gaining 1 extra action to 2 extra actions at the cost of 2 humanity loss instead. Nick, I had ruled 6-gun incorrectly originally. I thought it was just back when I first seen it, I thought it was just like it was 1-to-1 and you just kept burning it that round, but it turns out it's just like once per turn. But also just like getting yourself like, you know, getting yanked out of the net and just like you're on drugs so you don't get hit by everything on the way out. Like, wow. Because like there's not many things that prevent you from getting hit with everything on the way out the door, besides like a really expensive cyber deck.
Yeah, it's like
or
one
a cheap
deck.
one. All right, what other? What other questions do you guys have for me right now? Like anything setting wise that we need to figure out for all you guys for contacts?
I don't think so. I mean, I'd need to come up with a friend, unless we want Ox character to be my character's friend.
Well, I'd imagine, you know, that would be one of your... I mean, I guess we could have Little J, or like, well, Jay himself be considered a friend. Basically, you know, leader for the Little J's. Oh,
wait, I don't actually have a contact friend. I just have most valued person as a friend. So maybe a Little J, or J is her most valued person.
Okay.
Since he took her in.
Yeah. And Jay and his group got moved from South Night City to Little China recently due to due to a whole debacle that happened between Zarafa and the Zoners. You also do have your fixer contacts, so we can always figure out like who all you can reach out to in Haywood. Ock, do you need any specific contacts that we can figure out here by chance?
Ooh. I mean, with what I rolled up, no. Places that would probably be important would be. I don't have.
I think we figured out that her first fixer contact would be in the Dynamos.
Okay, yeah, we'll figure out who that would be, but I'll have to sit down and think on who that might be.
Because I took the Norwegian as her contact language essentially.
Okay. And for you had something in mind, Ock?
The only thing I rolled up in my character background off the table is that, you might want to play with, or I can help fill in. I have a tragic love affair that's still alive. It just didn't work out.
Oh, interesting.
And then there's the estranged relative part of the family enemy.
You're
I have a name for you, if you want.
Yeah, what we got for a name? Andino Graziano.
Correct.
Very interesting.
Okay, could also pronounce Anidano, but
my bad.
Yeah. No, it could. No, there's different ways you could pronounce it, but yeah, no, your pronouncing was great. I love it.
Yeah, I suppose with the tragic love affair, the one that just didn't work out, you were a little too corp for the street.
Probably.
Or,
A little too street for the corp.
Okay. A little too headstrong, a little too passionate, a little too corp.
kind of weirded them out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we could probably figure out like a name, how that would work out. What about Buddy? What do we got for contacts you need?
He doesn't have any friends. I pretty much generated the rival. I think, like the place. I think if we had like a watering hole, it would most likely be that Japanese biker bar I talked about.
So Old Japantown.
Yeah. And I can give you what I have on that place.
Yeah,
And
that's.
I built it, so.
Yeah, I'm definitely game to integrate that into my world. I like grabbing people's ideas and blending them in.
No, that's basically what I'm doing with the show once we get back on our feet. Integrating some of the stuff in your game into that, so that way it could be like clever nods and stuff. So anyway.
So let's see. I think with all that in mind, I guess it's now just figuring out how everyone knows everyone. Magpie and Backslash, that's gonna be pretty easy enough with those two knowing each other personally. Buddy being
a musician, it would, unless
it's a
like,
you play at that biker bar most often, but you probably got to hit other bars occasionally to go make some money sometimes.
Oh yeah.
A bar in
So
Old Japantown.
Could have been one of the could have been performing at a bar Magpie probably saw me get into a sword fight with a bunch of tiger claws or what have you. Oh, it's not bad.
Well, I mean, Haywood, that would be Church
That'd
of
be Sixers,
Rapture.
wouldn't it?
That would be Sixth
Church of
Street.
Rapture.
That would be Voodoo Boys in some parts of there. Aldecaldo's. You're probably at a biker bar, just not your normal, not the biker bar you're used to though. Probably a much more, Quadras and Harveys instead of whatever type of bike you're riding, that your gangers are riding around on.
Kusanagis and arches. Unless, arches exist and they exist like what, 30 years from now.
Oh boy. But yeah, that's a possibility of how they know each other. Probably one bought a drink for another. However that goes, that goes. Thornton. That one's, the N54 celebrity wrestler, the Raging Cajun sensation. Thornton's from New Westbrook. Most likely, because that's where the N54 building is. So I just have to figure out how to integrate Thornton into the group, and he's gang affiliated. So or you could use bet. Ooh, what gang are you thinking, Jack?
69th Street Blips.
What, the albino alligators?
Oh boy.
What? They're just a bunch of frat boys.
Funny story, actually. Q, one of my players in my game, is making a gang around the albino alligators.
Oh, oh wow, I guessed it right. Oh my gosh. Bunch of khaki pants, polo short wearing, polo shorts.
Well, it's basically like a basically like a car wash mascot.
Oh my gosh. Okay, but you can't tell me that in the Republic of Texas there is an army of Buckies, like people that are devoted to Buckies. Like Bucky's does not have its own army.
I would probably, because I don't think I've ever been to Lubbock. I think I drove past it and El Paso in my youth, but I would probably channel a lot of places that I think about in Texas as Wichita Falls. If nobody's been to Wichita Falls, congratulations, you've just saved yourself from years of
No.
Oh?
No.
Wichita Falls is I hadn't been there since 2002, 2003. I had to go back there for some training while I was living in Portugal. And as soon as I got off the plane, it looked like everybody was eyeing me up like a piece of meat in The Walking Dead.
Jeepers.
Yeah. And the entire base landscape had changed, everything else. And I think they still had that adult entertainment store right out the gate called W's.
So,
you don't want to know.
Looking at the post that Jack had put in chat, like, did Sean tell you about the gang he made in our around the cartoon call it Kaboomerang? What? So Sean, who plays Bedlam, apparently has a gang based around cartoon characters called Kaboomerang. Like, oh,
Like a poser gang. I like the Star Trek one myself. The next gen guys.
Ah,
that
yes,
just-
next gen.
Yeah, and then I mean, we're almost getting the band back together, right? I mean,
Yeah,
I know Nick is busy with stuff.
Nick won't be joining us, but we'll be having Ark Raven instead. So.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I hadn't heard anything from like Trinity or Sean about what they're doing and what they're playing with. So, oh, I'm sorry, Kiwi. I shouldn't refer to her as Trinity.
Yeah.
Yeah, in Kiwi, we've got either Nomad Biker, which, oh boy, love me some bikers, and also Stoner Medtech. It was a possible, or like, I think either way, a Stoner, but either a Medtech or a Nomad Biker. It's like, oh boy,
And I think Sean was gonna be like a super fan of the wrestler.
wrestling, he's a
Oh.
wrestling fan. Oh, this wrestling
Yeah.
nowadays is fake. Back in my day. Not sure how Sean was gonna look at it, but like, oh boy, I can't wait to see what kind of options we got on the table with Sean. I think Sean was gonna be playing a tech, like primarily a tech. So oh boy, 2 techs. So you guys can actually specialize into very specific fields without having to worry about like, do I have this other field covered? Oh, pyrotechnics. Okay. All right. Oh boy.
Oh yeah, he was gonna do like stage pyrotechnics and stuff.
So like, he's missing a couple of fingers. He's got a whole cyber hand and a regular hand because he blew the other one off.
They call me shake hands with danger. All I can think of is shake hands with danger. They call me 3-Finger Joe. Hello, Cybernation Uncensored. Hello. But kind of looking over some of the stuff here. I didn't even know this was a thing, Jack. But looking at this, yeah, albino alligators getting adapted their identity with the mascot from an old car wash. T-shirts. So they're just numerous, just like the piranhas.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but like Taco, like if you were ever in shop class, shake hands with danger. That's something that, you know, was just there.
That was like they did a riff tracks of it.
Yeah.
Like twice, and every time I see it, it's like, oh yeah, this is great. But da 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 da.
Let's see.
Da 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 da.
I'm trying to see, like, I suppose like some other groups that I do want to adapt into my setting, possibly. The Reckoners. How are we feeling about the apocalyptic doomsday cult that well, you know, preaches of the end times coming? Wait a minute. I've seen this one before.
MAGA? Oh.
Wait.
Oh,
too soon.
no,
Too soon.
Project
Didn't we
E-
come up? Didn't we
What's
come up with the name Didn't we come up with the name Reckoner for like my weird hobo guy that I came up with?
Well, the Reckoners is an actual like gang. I thought Reckoner was the name of like a very specific person
Yeah.
in that group.
Okay. No, he's not going to be part of that group.
Well, your
He's just gonna be
your
like a-
vampiric group.
Oh no, Reckoner has no affiliation with the vampire group. He's just a crazy hobo that has a touch of the site.
The site.
His secret
The fuck is the site?
Have you never played Fallout 4?
Oh,
he's got
that
the
site.
the
Okay.
See
Yeah.
through time.
He can see the future, but only ever like tells you about it in cryptic riddles, essentially.
I did an adventure where we had to go find Mama Murphy. It was called Stop or Mama Murphy Will Shoot. What about...
Beautiful, just beautiful.
Yeah.
And,
You work
and
with
then
what
we,
you get.
And then we got the gang that I came up with. They could be fun to put in.
Oh yeah, you know, definitely not based on another popular ttrpg that I'm going to be breaking open today, or trying to.
Except like half the pages of the book were missing.
Wait, what?
Yeah, they actually based themselves around the book for VTM, but half the pages were missing.
Fun fact: there is a full copy of the book of the books located at one of the bars. Go ahead, Jim.
I'm sorry, which book were you talking about?
Vampire the Masquerade.
Okay.
Yeah, I came up with like a gang of vampires that based themselves around Vampire the Masquerade, but
we're not a
they
gang,
had a very
we're a
damaged book.
coterie.
Yeah.
The fuck is a coterie? You can't hurt me because that's not straight in my heart, and it's not sunlight. I'm a brouhaha.
Oh my gosh. Though I've had a thought, something that's recently, but like I suppose like another group I'd like to, enough LSD, you get the same. Hey, Vulpus, I got a question for you. Was meta a ×2 skill for mischief? We'll get an answer from Vulpus here at some point.
Thank you very much.
So Vulpus, we have another netrunner who's looking for some science skills. I was wondering, what did we have set for? Like, does mischief have like a meta skill, or was it like a computer science skill, or what would we look at for that? Appreciate it. Alright, Voodoo Boys. White boys pretending to be something they're not. The Voodoo Boys still deal drugs. As migrants from the Caribbean begin to flow into Night City, though, the Voodoo Boys are discovering some groups are willing to display their dislike of the cultural appropriation violently. Okay. Alright, so...
No, so in Cyberpunk Red, the Voodoo Boys are white. Interesting.
Well, it's starting to go through that transitional period.
Yeah, it's about to get to be like the Mails from Civil War that's about to go off. There's two different factions of them. There's the ones that came out in the 2013s and the 2020s, and then there's what will be in 77. So. We could always bring back some of the older games, like the Brainiacs or the DJs or something.
Well, then there's like other gangs out there, like we got the Street Queens. We have, hold on, let me go grab the data pack, because like there's like so much to the world I do want to explore now that we're going towards an open world setting. Mm-hmm. Is there anything in particular you guys are looking for?
Well, if you want to add the party that I've got right now, I think they're like an action news crew, like sort of like paparazzi. They're part of an independent news agency. I forgot what we've named them because it's been so long, but
never blinked.
So there is something that one of my players has come up with that I think might be interesting as a side plot, but I think I'll mention that to you off stream, Diamond.
Okay. Yeah, we can do that.
And then there's the antagonists I have for them in my game if you want to reappropriate those guys. But they haven't really made up anything for the full, for the full cyberware thing. I forgot what it was, the Gemini. They don't have really any stats on
Okay.
Geminis, so
Alright, so it looks like Vulpes had software engineering as a ×2 and generative AI as a ×. Okay. I'd probably put meta as a ×2 skill. If that works for you.
Awesome. Thank you very much. I'm also going to jot down those other ones since you have frame of reference with those. Because yes,
see.
please.
Try and find like other gangs that we have here. Oh, of course we have the Steel Dragons.
Yorinobu's group.
what about some of the, like, surely there are American versions of the Tong gangs we met in Shanghai, right? That aren't really put together completely, but like, you know,
yeah,
like the Jade Dragons, those guys.
Yeah, and then, well, actually, mentioned in Tales of the Red, Little China has the Gold Dragons. So,
Okay.
you can see how well that one's gonna go over with them. There's another person,
Oh god,
another group that's just like adjacent.
now I'm just imagining the group from Tropic Thunder. It's like, we are flaming dragons.
Oh my goodness.
First things first, take a step back and literally fuck your
Fuck
own
your
face.
own face.
Let's see, what other gangs do we have? We have the Princesses of Justice. Well, princes and princesses, I assume.
Oh god, are
Basically
they like
from-
magical girls?
Honestly,
Like magical girl cosplayers?
let me
I could be cool with that. That would be kind of like a pretty funny poser gang.
Yeah.
let me have a zoom in here on this.
'Cause
All right,
they definitely sound like a
so-
Sailor Moon kind of gang.
Let's see. The space has now been
Buddy,
taken over by the Princesses of Justice, led by one Adorable. Their name is Adorable, who wields a flawless replica of the sword okay, yep, Sailor Moon. Okay, yep, there it is.
Either that or She-Ra.
I mean, there is also the Night City Landlord Association. Because, you know, the poor landlords have to take care of themselves as well.
Oh god, are they like the HOA, but because there's like no lawns or anything, they're just the landlord association?
Oh gosh, there's HOAs. You're just too poor to worry about that.
Alright, it's only for like the Mick mansions and Mick homes.
Yeah, you know, you're just too poor to worry about an HOA.
We don't have a home, let alone have to worry about a HOA.
If your worst enemy is the HOA, you're probably better off than everybody else in Night City. And honestly, you could probably hire some people to take care of getting rid of the HOA.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Or like buy out the HOA so you are the president of it.
I used WorldSat as a enemy for when I ran the apartment a long time ago.
Oh yeah, yep, WorldSat, definitely.
Mergers and acquisitions department.
Let's see. Of course, we got the sea nomads of the Flotsam. The Flotsam, out near South Night City. Basically, a giant city of pirates.
A flotilla?
The Flotsam is a collection of skiff-sized and smaller boats moored out in the clogged harbor. Past the derelict container port, largely made up of sea nomads, the Flotsam is a parallel city in of itself, dedicated largely to smuggling salvage ops. And the woman there who runs the place. She's just basically an old salty skipper. Why is she salty? I don't know. Before anyone asks. I'm trying to think if there's any other gangs that I've missed by chance. Yeah, I've heard about Gonk Stompers, Taco. Oh, gosh. I think on that note, guys, I might wrap up early for this week, if that's okay.
That's fine.
We can come back with more ideas. You want more Bozo action? We can get you more Bozo action because Hilaria 2045 happened. Yeah, so we've had our mass addiction event. But yeah, I think for now, chat, we're gonna go ahead and wrap things up here. I'll be back next week, and I might be seeing other players and figuring out what all we have going on. And you all have a lovely, lovely day.
You too, Diamond.
All
You too,
right.
Damon. Please.
Thank you, everybody.
Have a good times. Thank you, everybody, for coming along.
And also, of course, as always, don't forget to circulate the URL.
Yep.
Thank you, Diamond.
You're welcome,
Forget about
Jim.
Don't forget to tip
see
your
y'all later.
waiters.
And
Cybernation Uncensored.